Hop up in the car, destination is my past life. 100 down the highway and crash, I'll be alright. Depression got a hold of me like a fucking parasite. I see fire all around me, I'm in Satan's paradise. Wishing for better days, I'm living in a fantasy. I can't trust a soul, nobody show me honesty.
Yo, it's Gutt with Gutt Talking. Got special guests in the building.
Got EJT in this bitch.
You got EJT in the building. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good. First interview, so.
First interview, but we'll make you feel comfortable. We'll do this the right way. But first thing we got to ask is where you're from. How was your upbringing? What was it all like? Give me the whole nine.
So I was born in Appleton. Probably about when I was like maybe 1 or 2. I was living in Kaukauna for a little bit. Then
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and then came back to Appleton, and I was living with my grandparents for both of my parents' sides. So, and then I moved closer to the downtown area, and that's where I've been for like the past almost 15 years now.
So what's it like living in Appleton, Wisconsin?
It's like about average, I guess. It's nothing that special, really.
Yeah, that's fair. So upbringing, where you consider yourself I don't want to say like a rich family, were you middle class? You don't have to break the whole nine down, but were you eating decent, or what are we talking about here?
Well, we were not the richest people. We did what we did to get by, and that's all that matters, really. Yeah,
that's all that matters at the end of the day. So what was it like going into when you were young in school? Were you a popular kid? Were you a well-liked kid? Were you the kid getting picked on the corner? I mean, what are we talking about?
So going into school, I was never a popular kid. I was more so like a shy kid. I was always trying to fit in with the crowd, and like it didn't work out the greatest, because like anyone would make fun of me for like the simplest things.
Like what are we talking about? What were they making fun of for? I was a bully when I was growing up, so I might be
Oh no,
kind of like to hear it the other way around,
Yeah, no. See, like when I was in school, like people were bullying me, and then it was like I was bullying them, but like I got most of the shit. So, like let's just say, okay, so like in middle school, I was like really into like beatboxing and shit like that, and people were like, "Dude, this is fucking trash. You suck, whatever," and I was always trying to make friends too, and they're like, "Dude, we don't want to be your friend. Get the fuck away." So
was that something that really bothered you growing up? Because I see you're smiling now,
like,
so it looks like you don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck anymore. But like when I in school, it was bad.
So were you just going around randomly beatboxing in the hallway, and people were
I would beatbox to myself. I would go around the hallway. I would like try to show my friends like, okay, let me show you this, and they're like, okay, that's cool. But then everyone else is like, bro, you're fucking garbage.
So you were into music at a pretty young age then, because I mean, if you're just going around beatboxing, you know what I mean?
Around there, yeah. But I mean, I played instruments when I was in elementary school, like 3rd, 4th grade. I was playing violin and shit like that.
Really, that young?
Yeah.
Were you actually decent at it?
I was decent, yeah. I mean, I remember back in elementary school, everyone learned how to play that stupid ass recorder in school. And then
Wait, is that the one you like go like this with?
Yeah. And then we learned guitar and shit like that. I wasn't really good at any of those, but violin, I was decent.
Yeah, I think violin, though, would be considered harder to perform than, or play, I should say, perform than those, aren't they?
I mean, it was easy to pick up on. It was easy to learn. Some of the, like, I guess the most confusing part about it was learning the notes on the violin.
Yeah, no, I never understood. No, I was in choir for band. I mean, I was in band for like 3 or 4 days or something. I played I think it was a trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that wasn't it. And also, I kind of looked around and just like I just didn't fit in with that.
Yeah,
I hung around with a lot of I played sports. That was my thing. So I was looking around and be like, who the fuck are all these people? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't for me. But I feel like 3rd grade is crazy young to be playing a violin.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like that's kind of insane.
Yeah. And then I was also doing sports too in like 6th grade through like 8th grade.
What sports do you play?
I played football for 6th grade, and that didn't really last very long.
You weren't a fan? Was it tackle or is it?
No, I was. They moved me around to a lot of things. I was wide receiver, linebacker, and then I was like another position on defense. So.
Wait, was it like tackle football or was it flag?
Oh no, it was tackle football. I was playing for Pop Warner for 6th grade.
I remember the Pop Warner days. Fun fact. 6th grade, I was a running back in Pop Warner, starting running back. A lot of people wouldn't believe that, but I was. And then 7th grade, I also was a running back. So for all the people who don't believe me out there, you know, I'm going to have to find the highlights. I was really ripping it up out here, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't about me. We'll go back to you now. So you were already playing violin in 3rd grade, and then you're hitting the field playing football.
Yeah.
Was your all your family like into sports and that too, or is it just kind of something you up and decided to do?
I mean, my mom wasn't huge into sports, but like my dad did sports in school. Like
I bet he was pushing you in that, huh?
Not so much, but he was like supportive because he did baseball, football, and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I played baseball. I was younger too, but I was kind of trash. Like I made my plays here and there.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really my thing. But anyways, so when you started playing the violin, and started doing music, were you already listening to a lot of music at that point? Where what at the earliest age you remember really like listening? Because a lot of people make music as an artist. You know, they'll be like, oh, at this age I was listening to this, and this kind of pushed me into this. Like, what age do you remember really listening to music like that?
Really listening to music, to start my career, or just listening to music?
Both.
Say just listening to music. I'd say around 6th, 7th, 8th grade, around there.
Yeah, I think that when I really remember first listening to music, I was about 4th grade. I was listening to Carter 3 by Lil Wayne. But then by like 5th, 6th grade, I was just like a hardcore Lil Wayne fan. That's like the only thing I would listen to.
Yeah, when I was in elementary school, I was listening to shit like Five Finger Death Punch when they were still popular, and then I was listening to Michael Jackson shit too. So. And like everyone.
Wow, it's kind of a big difference.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, and then I was also like a little bit into country, but
wow.
Yeah.
I would not expect that for a second out of you.
Yeah, no.
That didn't last, did it?
No. Not
so you were listening to country, MJ, Five Finger Death Punch. No rappers though? That just wasn't part of it, or what?
More like the fucking pop rappers shit, like fucking Flo Rida and Kanye and shit.
I wouldn't consider Kanye a pop rapper. That's a little far.
Well, I would. I mean,
Flo Rida, you know,
Flo Rida,
that's fair.
yeah,
that's fair. But Kanye's a legend. Let's just not call him a pop artist now. Come on now. But no, okay, that's kind of interesting mix. Five Finger Death Punch, country, Flo Rida. That's a. Do any of those artists influence your sound and what you make now, or is that just kind of all a bunch of random stuff just being listened to?
It was just random stuff that I was listening to at that age. It didn't really inspire me to start my music career at all, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. When I listen to your music, I don't really see Flo Rida or Michael Jackson.
No, fuck, no.
So when you start getting to middle school, then how did you still live in Appleton, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm still living in Appleton, yeah.
So how were you starting to find your little clique of friend group where people starting to mess with you, or are you still just kind of wandering around figuring it out, or what?
I was just like going around figuring shit out. I was also doing sports in middle school and just trying to find my friend group in there too. So
yeah, did you ever find that one there, or are you just a loner in the corner, or what?
I'm not gonna say that I really found a decent friend group, but like I had a good amount of friends there.
Yeah, that's a fair way to look at it. So when did you start getting introduced to actually kind of making music and putting stuff together? Like what, or not even necessarily that. When did you have like a thought? Because I'm guessing how it normally works, you have a thought to be an artist.
Yeah.
When did kind of the thought start coming to your head?
So the thought so it kind of came to my head when I started doing the beatboxing in like 7th, 8th grade.
Wow, that's actually really young to be thinking about that. Right?
And then I was like, you know what, this shit's not for me. But then like when I got to high school, I did choir in high school, so that kind of gave me an idea to like actually start making songs and start making music. So
do you actually enjoy choir? Because I feel like a lot of kids that are in choir feel like they're being forced to that, and they're just kind of like,
oh no, I wasn't forced to do it. Like it's something I wanted to do, and I loved it. I did it freshman through junior year, and I went to Appleton North for high school, and then I transferred my senior year.
We'll wait to that, but I'd love to hear the reason of transferring. I know that's going to be a great reason. So you were in high school. How did that start going then? How did that start flowing? Most time people by then kind of start figuring out what they like to do.
Yeah. So getting into high school, it's like it's nerve-wracking going into high school especially like because you don't know anyone and you're getting into a lot bigger place. So, but yeah.
So okay, when you get into high school, then is that when you start elementing as an artist? You start then when do you start really like putting the thoughts into paper? Really decided recording stuff like that, like. Because you said I think you said you started making music. You told me one time you were like 16, didn't you say?
I was like 15 or 16 when I started making music.
So then what, were you like a sophomore in high school then?
Sophomore in high school, yeah.
So what made you up and decide one day, all right, I'm going to start actually recording music? Because that's like kind of a big jump.
I'd say probably when I went into choir in high school, like I was thinking, because like in high school we had like these booklets where we had to like write music notes and shit like that, and like count certain measures of certain lines of the sheets and shit. So I was like, okay, why not give this shit a try? Like I'm already in choir, so like why not try to make my own music? And I started recording shit on my phone through fucking BandLab, just because it's one of the simplest things to use.
I take BandLab over GarageBand though. A lot of people hate BandLab, but you know, at least it's easy to use.
Yeah,
it's convenient
and it's free.
The big part being free. So what was the first type of music you started making? Like, do you remember kind of how the song went? You started
oh no, like the shit that I used to make, I don't have up anymore. I started making like sad melodic shit, but like when I was doing it at the time I thought it was good, but then I went back and listened to it and it's something I went back and cringed at because the quality was like.
I don't know how many artists I've met and talked to, I don't know how many podcasts I've done. Every single artist, they always say, yeah, well, at the time I thought this music was actually pretty good, but this shit was trash. They always say that because what I'm guessing, like the quality, the engineering wasn't there. It was just like random.
And I didn't know how to mix. I was using like maybe two different types of presets, and I was like, okay, this sounds good. This sounds like studio quality to me. But then I go back and listen to it, and it was like, this shit's fucking garbage.
So did you actually put those? When you put those songs out, what was the reception around the people that was around you? Were they like, oh, this shit's fire? Or like, oh, this shit's trash? Like, what were they saying?
I mean, I got maybe a few comments be like, okay, this is something you can do better, yada, yada, yada. But then a lot of people were like, okay, this is not bad for like starting out. But that's kind of what I got from that.
So was that motivating you, being like, damn, okay, I put this out and people didn't say this is fucking trash?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then how often do you think you were recording then at the time? Like, were you like every day after school hitting BandLab, going and working, or
see, I was going on YouTube and I was like fucking downloading opens from different producers on YouTube, and I was like making opens like every day, and I was dropping like maybe once or twice a week.
So when you mean downloading opens, what do you mean exactly?
There's like I've seen a bunch of producers where it's like they have like they'll have a beat that has like a hook on it, and then they have like
a pre-recorded hook,
like a pre-recorded hook, and it's an open verse, but they're like, and I was like dropping that shit on SoundCloud. I was like, okay, this shit's fire, but it really wasn't.
So was it like rap songs then, or were they just all like singing hooks?
It was like sad melodic shit, but like the quality was like so drowned out, and I didn't know how to mix at the time.
So like one part would be like this good recording, and the other part would be like all of a sudden.
Because like my melodies were so off, my flows were off, and it was like I was off beat out almost every single song, but.
You were just like, fuck it, run it. Let's just keep doing it. So when all of a sudden did it really click with you when you were like, okay, I actually know how to make a song and not make it, like actually make it look decent or sound decent?
I'd say I was watching like a bunch of stuff to like help me get better on actually how to use the app. And then I started actually recording on computer, like when everyone was still using Chromebooks in high school. So I would just take my Chromebook home, and then I would record on that, and then I would use different presets, and I actually was able to make it into a better quality. So
how many songs do you think you had out before you actually figured out what you were doing?
I had probably like 5 to 7 songs, because I was dropping like maybe once or twice a week.
So all on SoundCloud?
Yeah, everything on SoundCloud.
So how many plays do you think most of these songs had?
Fuck, like probably like 30 streams at least, just because the quality was not there.
He said, "Fuck, probably like 30 plays a piece." Were you showing your family all these too?
They were. I mean, they weren't really listening to it. They knew that I was doing it, but like I never actually showed them that I was the songs that I made. But then I'm posting this shit on my story, and then every time I'm hanging out with my family, they're like, "Why do you keep making sad songs and shit?" Like, it's just what I do.
Were they like worried you're depressed or something?
Yeah, they're like, "Why are you making songs about wanting to kill yourself and all this shit like that?" I'm like, it's just a song. I mean, yeah, it's sad and shit, but it's the songs I know how to make best.
Did you consider yourself depressed at the time, or you not all that?
When I first started, and once I started getting into it, I definitely was, just because I was going through shit with friends and relationships and shit. But like, I'm like over that shit now. So
you're not a big depressed guy anymore?
Not like I used to be, no.
So when did you start transitioning in music in high school to making stuff other than being sad all the time? Where was literally every single track about how sad you were?
I would say...
Because there's no way every single song was like that.
Well, I'd say probably throughout high school, all my songs were sad and fucking depressing and shit. But like after high school, I started looking into more genres and more styles of rap and stuff like that. So I started giving that a try.
So what was your... the artist that you looked into or looked up to make you make, because you didn't just all of a sudden just make sad music. Like, who was the artist that you had influence from, or however you want to word it?
See, I'd say like my inspirations and stuff like that. I have different inspirations from different sounds that I've picked up on. So like when I first started, it was more so like sad Juice WRLD shit and like Lil Skies and shit like that.
Lil Skies, I kind of like that. That's a different answer. You don't hear that one a lot.
No,
I like Lil Skies too. I think he needs to start dropping some music too. I don't know if I really should say, because I don't know if he has been dropping. But Lil Skies was like on top of the world like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think he's as relevant as he used to be. So
yeah, but all it takes is one hit and you're back.
Yeah,
one hit and you're always back.
Yeah.
But okay, so you said you picked up stuff from Lil Skies, Juice WRLD. Was there anyone else, or just?
But then there was that, and then once I started getting into more of the like goth emo shit, I started listening to like Ghostmane and like Bones and a bunch of underground artists too. So
yeah, I fucked up that.
And then I started getting more into the metal bands and like older rock bands.
So what would you say is your favorite kind of music to listen to out of those three? Just named like the rock bands, more like the emo rap, or what style?
I'd say with the rap shit, like I would probably more underground stuff, or like I'd say like older Juice WRLD. But then coming into the bands, I'd say like either Green Day or Monuments or Bring Me to the Horizon.
Isn't Green Day hated on, or are they not hated on? No, that's Nickelback.
I think it's Nickelback, not Green Day.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I only really listen to rap, so I'm very, very out the loop with bands. But I always remember it was like I think it was Nickelback. Everyone fucking hates them. I don't know what they ever, like. What did Nickelback ever do? Do you know anything about that?
No, I have no idea.
Are they trash? Like I don't listen.
Oh, I don't know. Like
you don't know. I
mean, I've heard their songs are not very great, but then all of a sudden people start memeing the shit out of them. So
that's what we need to do with you. We need to start memeing the shit out of this. People that get memed out be the ones making money. Holy fuck. Okay, so let's get outside high school. So actually, no, wait. We can't get outside high school. So you said you went to one school for 3 years.
Yeah, I went to Appleton North freshman through junior year, and then I transferred to an alternative school in Neenah my senior year.
So why did you transfer to alternative school?
I transferred to an alternative school because I was behind in credits and I was failing like every class. I was like retaking more than one class every year. So
like, were you just stupid, or would you not try, or what's the case here? Just be real.
Well, it's more so like I didn't understand the work, and then I just didn't want to fucking listen to people because
you just wanted to get it out, huh?
Yeah. And I needed like 24 credits to graduate at Appleton North, and I had like 9.5 when I left.
Holy shit. Holy shit. You weren't doing shit.
Nah, I wasn't
at all. So okay, so how did your parents feel when you had to go to alternative school? Were they pissed, or they?
Oh no, they weren't pissed. Like, they actually were like supportive of the idea, and because like I had an IEP in high school, so my case manager was the one who recommended it, and my parents went through it. So
okay, and then so when you went to alternative school, what was the environment like there?
Well, it was in like a manufacturing plant because it was a manufacturing school. So
Wait, you like in a factory?
No, I mean, okay. So
am I hearing this wrong here? Did you go to school into a factory?
it was like above a factory because like they had they had a classroom in there and they had offices in there and shit too. So, it was called GPS Education Partners. It was an alternative school for credit deficient kids. When I got there, it was like really awkward. It was like only 15 people in the classroom.
The whole class, 15 people?
Yeah, 15 people from like different schools from like Appleton East, like Kimberly, and like Appleton West and shit.
So
like
be
that.
real, mate. Did like when you go in there, did like all these people just look like they were fucking slow, or did they or are these people all like they just look like pissed off or sad? Like what was the environment?
It was like like when it first started, because usually regular school, like public schools, they start in September. We started in August at that alternative school, so everyone's like not talking and everyone's slow as fuck. So,
so did you make any friends in there, or did you just go in there and be like, damn, let me get out right away?
I didn't so much make friends, but I got along with some of the kids there. And then when I was like posting music on my Instagram, like I don't know how they fucking did it, but like someone was screen recording posts on my Instagram about my music and shit, and they were sending it in through the group chats and like memeing the shit out of it. So
But they're saying it was trash?
They were just laughing at me about it. I'm like, dude, like why the fuck are you on my page? Like,
yeah. What is it at this point? Were you actually like making decent music, or was this still like garage or not band lab, not knowing what you're doing?
Oh no, I was still on band lab, and like I was at the point where I actually know what I was doing, or I was starting to get into that. My mixes were still not the greatest, but they were better. But like, fuck, I don't know.
What was your mindset at that point making music? Like, are you like, okay, I'm gonna make a career, this is what I want for my life, or you just kind of like, fuck it, I mean, it's whatever at this point?
I mean, I was thinking about it like, okay, maybe this is something I can do as a hobby for as of right now, but like this is something I want to make a career out of eventually.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a tough thing. I always tell artists, you know, if you want to be an artist and actually do something with it, you can't be all in or not in.
Yeah.
Because if you do a half-ass, you have like no chance. But
yeah.
Like, if you actually want this as an artist, like it takes a lot of money and time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
This shit ain't easy. You know what I mean?
It's
It's not just, oh, here, let me drop the song, I blow up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of work and time and energy behind this.
Yeah.
At this point, was your family starting to support your music yet, or actually do they? I don't even know if they support it all. Do they support your music at all, or?
Well, now they're like, I mean, sometimes they're still like, why are you still making sad songs or whatever? But like, they're starting to be more supportive about it. And like, I'll show my dad a new song once in a while, and he's like, sounds nice.
He said, sounds nice. So did, towards the end of when you went to alternative school, did you get any of those people to start messing your music? They start supporting you at all, or?
No, they just laughed at me the whole year.
That's every single person?
Every single person.
So when people are laughing at you, did that make you want to quit? Did that upset you, or you just?
I mean, it pissed me off, but it didn't piss me off to the point where I wanted to quit. It was like embarrassing at a point where they were just laughing at me. But now that I think about it, it's like, yeah, it wasn't even worth getting mad about, because like it's just gonna blow over. So.
Yeah, that's fair. I ain't gonna lie. If someone was making fun of my ass, I was putting my all on something, I'd probably be slapping the shit out of people. That's probably what I'd be on. So okay, you get out of school, right? So you graduate, however you want to word it. And then kind of what's your next phase from there? You know, you're out of school, you're kind of like, okay, what am I doing? Is that the point where you're kind of like, all right, I'm going to go all in on music, like I'm going to put my all into this? Or were you not at that point yet?
I was, out of school, I was still doing music, but then I was also like out looking for jobs too, so just to try to get by so I can keep doing this music shit, so.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So when did you start getting to the point where the music was all the way there, recording wise, quality wise, all there, and where you really elevating yourself and push yourself as an actual artist? Because I hear your music now, and I don't think it sounds bad quality. Also, when did you finally master that and get to a point where you can really push and produce and go from there?
I'd say like when it comes up to the quality, like I just started watching more videos on like there was a bunch of guys on TikTok and shit who were messing around on BandLab showing people how to do this shit, and I just started doing the same thing, and I was like, okay, this actually sounds better now that I'm using the same things that he's saying or whatever. Like, yeah.
So what was the first song you made where you're actually like, all right, this is heat. Like I'm actually got something going here. Like where you were showing people and you're like, all right, listen to this. This is heat.
I wasn't sending like full songs to people, and I don't think I was like posting them at the time, but I was like sending people like little clips of them, and then like my friends are like, yeah, this actually sounds a lot better.
What song was that you think that we got to that point?
I honestly don't remember.
He said it's been way too long. All right, so then from there, do you ever put a project out, or are you only on singles?
I did put a project out on Spotify at one point. It was like all sad melodic shit. It was called Broken Soul. And like the quality was like, it was like drowned out and all muffled and shit. So I was like, I took it down, but then I just started dropping singles and features, but then I released another project.
So when did you start releasing other types of music other than just sad shit?
I'd say probably when I started experimenting more with like different sounds and like different genres and stuff like that.
So what was your favorite song in that kind of realm? When you look at your catalog of music, what's some of your favorite or biggest accomplishments you feel like as an artist?
I'd say some of my biggest accomplishments with being an artist is like probably making more connections than I had when I first started.
So like stream wise or biggest song wise, what do you think is your favorite or biggest song you think as of now?
As of right now, like stream wise, I'd say probably Nihilistic Nightmares.
What's that at? Off the top of your head.
11.5K right now.
So how'd that make you feel? Okay, when you were like, oh, 11,000 people in the world listen to that.
I mean, it's definitely a good feeling knowing that there's actually people who will actually sit down and actually listen to that shit.
Do you remember like kind of where the streams all were from? I mean, I'm not expecting you to be like, oh, there's 200 from here, 100 from here. But do you remember some of the cities that were really messing with you?
A lot of places here. There's like people in Chicago, and then what surprised me too is that there's people in other countries that were listening to me too, like people from Germany and fucking shit like that too.
That's definitely major. Some dude was just sitting here just bumping their shit in Germany, just absolutely turning up to you.
Yeah.
Do you ever show your parents or your homies that? Be like, hey, look, people in Germany are listening to my music.
Oh, I never like actually showed them. It's my dad who I would show my streams to, but like other than that, I don't really show off my streams. I just show them the songs. I don't show off my streams.
What did Pop say about that though in Germany?
Oh, I never. I don't think I actually told him that. I was.
All right. Well, when we're done with this interview, call up your dad. Say, hey, Dad. I know this isn't songs from a while ago, but I had people listening to me in Germany.
Yeah.
See what he's thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's kind of next for you now for your couple next few songs? You got any plots for those, or what do you got? Or actually, not even that. How often do you think you record in a week?
Maybe one or two times a week, maybe. If I get lucky, maybe 3 times a week. And
when you record, are you the type of person that'd be knocking 2-3 songs out a session? I mean, I guess not a session because you record yourself, but like, how fast do you think it takes you to make a song?
Some
people, I've seen people, because I be in sessions all the time. They'll sit there, make a song 30 minutes. I've seen some people take them hours and hours.
Yeah. Like when I first started making music, and sometimes it still happens, like it would take me like 30 minutes to an hour to make a song. And then other times, does it take an eternity then, or? It might take a couple weeks because like I want to touch up on a couple things or like fix my lyrics or whatever. So are you a writer or more of a freestyler? A little bit of both. You think you're good at freestyling? Or fuck no. He said fuck no. Or you a punch in, punch out? Do you like say a line, then space? I started doing that, punch in, punch out, just because like I'll record a line and then I'll stop it, think of something else, and then record that, and then yeah. See, I feel like the punch in, punch out is cool because then you kind of, it's not sitting there like, oh, I gotta write this and it's gotta be this. But I feel like people who do that every song, I've noticed this, like the Baby used to do this when I used to listen to Baby. And you listen to songs, he'd be saying the same shit every song because you can only think of so much off the top of your head, That's like Monte.
He's a punch in, punch out guy, but yeah, he does really good at it. Like he freestyles all his songs.
Yeah.
Like he don't write shit.
Mm-hmm.
So what's some of your favorite features you have on your songs right now that are out? Because I know you got quite a few of different ones.
Some of my favorite features, I mean, I have one that I can think of right now. It's unreleased. I just have to touch up on it. So, with Lil Raven.
There we go. A little bit GBC rep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know Lil Raven, he's got a song Lil Peep. You know what I'm saying? He had songs. Actually, I think he had damn near had a whole EP of Lil Tracy. I was just about to say not even one song. What about some other features though from the past, like any local people or any songs you got out right now?
Probably some of my favorite features that I have, probably with my buddy Eric, and we're actually working on a collab EP right now. So
How many tracks?
Like between 8 and 10 tracks.
Oh, okay, that's a decent size right there.
Yeah.
So how did you meet him, and how did y'all start making music and start working together?
So me and him actually met through SoundCloud, and he's like, yeah, I've been waiting for you to hit me up or whatever, yada yada yada. I've been seeing what you've been doing. I love your mixes. So it was like, here, add me on Snap. So then we started talking on there, and then we started collabing, and yeah.
So y'all ever like kick it, just link up, or?
Only time that we actually met was at the show for Damien, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time I met him.
Man, that should have been. You were like, "Hey, home, what's good, bro? We make music all the time. Now we're kicking in real life. Y'all should shoot a video together for a couple songs then, or something. If y'all are making a whole EP together."
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
So wait, he found you on SoundCloud, and you just conveniently both live in Wisconsin?
Yeah. He's down.
crazy.
Yeah, and he's like down in Grafton, which is closer to Milwaukee. So it's not like we actually have a chance to hang out or anything like that. So
You got to go out there sometime and kick it with him out there, and maybe do a show in Milwaukee or something.
yeah.
I used to do a lot of shows in Milwaukee. I need to start doing more out there. But I see how I started out was I only did shows in Green Bay. Then I did like Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh, Milwaukee. Now I'm kind of mainly doing stuff just Appleton, Oshkosh.
Mm-hmm.
But I got some coming to Green Bay next month. So I got to start moving out there more again. All right, so we're getting to our favorite segments. So we'll say three. I like to do three. Three artists you'd want to do a song with. And not like a local, like a national artist. Like you're like, I want to do a song with them.
Dead or alive?
Do you have 3 dead and 3 alive?
I do.
Okay, then we'll do both.
We'll start with 3 alive artists. So first one I would say probably Teddy.
Okay, I like that. That's a different answer.
Just because his melodies and is like fucking, and his sound is crazy to me.
I like that too. That's not the basic answer. Okay, 2.
I'd say NF.
Okay, that's interesting. This is a very different list so far. Okay.
Because like he spits real shit and like he speaks from his heart, and he can tell a damn story.
Okay. Teddy NF. Who was the last one?
Last one. I mean, you might not have heard of him, but his name is Echo.
Echo. I have not heard of Echo, but shout out to Teddy, NF, and Echo. This is the most unique top 3 list I've ever heard. Now, top 3 dead artists. Is one Lil Peep?
I'd say Lil Peep, yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm a big Peep guy. I got the, you know what I'm saying, the backpack on me right now. All right, one Lil Peep.
Second, I'd say Juice.
Okay, that's a fair one.
And then last one, I'd say DMX.
Wow, fucking DMX. Okay, I like that. I'm a big DMX guy too. I thought you were gonna say Michael Jackson. I said in my head right. DMX.
I was either gonna say DMX or Tupac, but
I like DMX. That's an underrated one too. I don't know, man. I was real life sad when DMX died too.
That was fucking sad.
But I don't know, man. DMX is.
It was like right when COVID hit. It was like while COVID was here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I remember too when he passed away. I used to have Sirius XM radio, Hip Hop Nation.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire day they played that, like literally from sunrise to sundown. It was just DMX the whole entire day.
Yeah.
But here's my favorite segment, the most controversial one now. So be ready for this.
Okay.
You will forget someone though, so don't feel bad. Who's the top 5? Can't include yourself. Top 5 local artists.
Fuck.
You don't have to rank them. Just the 5 people. You're like, all right, these are the 5 people that I
right.
think are doing their thing.
All right.
Now you'll do it, and then probably a couple minutes after you'll forget someone. That's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Well, I'm definitely gonna hurt people's feelings. That's for sure.
All right, let's see what we got.
I'd say I'm gonna give
not in order though.
I'd say first one Sage.
All right, Sage Mode's on there right away.
Just because he's probably one of the most versatile artists in locally, so and he's just a cool guy to be around. So,
all right, there's 4 left.
Second, I'm gonna give to AMD.
All right, Big Dog AMD number 2. 2 people I work with kicked it off the list.
Just because that motherfucker has bars.
All right, I like the
and
start.
And then second, he's second to Sage when it comes to bars.
All right, there we go.
I'm gonna say third. I'm gonna give to my buddy Ethereal Shadow.
All right, yeah, he's done. That's the boy you're doing an EP with, right?
Doing the EP and the Jumex show with.
All right, bet. Okay.
Just because he is another versatile artist. Like I've seen this motherfucker go from like metal screaming to like melodic Juice WRLD stuff like and shit like that. And he's one of the motherfuckers that taught me how to metal scream.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2 left.
I'm gonna go fourth with my buddy Baby Conan.
Baby Cohen? Is that how you say it?
Conan. Just because he's consistent with his music and like I've seen this motherfucker too. Like he'll be posting like he makes like maybe between 2 to 5 songs a day and he freestyles it all. And
2 to 5 a day?
Yeah, and he's consistent and he freestyles almost all of it.
Where's he live at?
I think Oshkosh.
I don't think I ever heard of Buddy. You have to put me on to him.
That's weird because he texted me at one point. He's like, Gutt's trying to get out to me, yada yada and yada yada yada. He's trying to get me on shows, whatever.
Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this will be one of those things where like right after I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I talk to so many people though. It's one of those things that probably just went over my head.
Yeah.
And who's the last one?
This one's a tough one, because I'm gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. Say my last one. I'm gonna say hello homie Smalls.
Oh, Ricky?
Yeah,
he puts in some work. I'll give him that for sure.
Just because he's like he has real passion for this shit and like he cares about the artists he work with and he's got bars.
Yeah, he definitely. I know he looks up to Sage a lot, and Sage is kind of trying to mentor him. So that's kind of thing. That's a good top 5. It's very unique. I like that. Yeah. It's not the basic. You had the 2 heavy hitters start off, and then some guys a little different on the list. So you got how many shows have you done now? So what's all the events you've done?
So I've done 4 shows so far. I've done
what cities all in?
I've done 4 in Oshkosh and 3 in Oshkosh and 1 in Appleton.
Which one do you think's your favorite of all the ones you've done?
I'm either gonna say the one that we did with Damien or the Halloween show that Damien hosted.
Word. Okay, so both of them in Oshkosh. And then you got another, it's kind of like a show/party coming up. So you got for Jumex's album release party. So that shit's gonna be dope. And then I got him coming out for a couple of shows, so we'll have to figure out one, try to get you moving, try to get you up in Green Bay sometime, doing a show up there.
Yeah, for real.
So what's your next kind of plans coming up for drops? You got any projects planned, any songs? I know you said you had a song with Lil Raven coming out.
Yeah, Lil Raven, and then I'm working to get another one with Lil Raven eventually. And then me and Ethereal Shadow have a collab album coming out. So
when do you expect that to be out?
We don't know yet because we're not done.
How many songs do you think you got recorded on so far?
Like maybe 3 or 4.
And how many of those are they all similar style? They all kind of different or variety?
It's like a variety. It's like a mix of metal, rap, and like melodic stuff.
All that in between.
Yeah.
So what else you got? Anything else, or you just is that it at the moment?
I mean, I can't think of anything else. So.
All right. Well, we'll get to the last little thing. You got any shout outs you want to give to your homies and your peoples, the fam?
I'd say shout out to my out of state friends for you guys have been my number 1 supporters since day one, and I appreciate the fuck out of y'all. Again, shout out to my buddy Eric for helping me become the artist that I am. And shout out to my family for being the most supportive they can be. So,
yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you, my boy, coming out and doing the pod. You know, I'm looking forward to more shows with you. I'm looking forward to more content. Let's get some music videos out too.
Yeah,
you know what
for real.
That's a big part of getting this shit going. But this is gut talk. We're gonna turn the lights off. You know what I'm saying? I got some other things I gotta attend to. But I appreciate y'all listening. Y'all have a good day. You know what I'm saying? And a good night.